it's Biz from My Basic Kitchen, and welcome to the first video of 2025. If you're new here, my name is Biz. I'm on a weight loss journey with Weight Watchers. I've lost 37 pounds on Weight Watchers, and I've kept that off for over a year, and will continue to lose weight in 2025. But today we're going to be talking about my weekly weigh-in, but first we're also going to talk about meals for my mom. So my mom is 84 years old. She doesn't want to cook every single day, and I get that, so I've been making her freezer meals so that she can just grab and go whenever she feels like it. So I typically make her 16 meals, so it's 4 dishes that serve 4 people. So this week she's requested pot roast, a Guinness beef stew, meatloaf with mashed potatoes and green beans, and ham, macaroni, and cheese. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I was gifted this new Instant Pot. I'll leave a link for it down to, below. This is not sponsored in any which way, but this was gifted to me. This is their wide mouth Instant Pot. What I'm already loving about it already, so you know how you get like a huge chuck roast like this? I want to be able to sear the whole thing. With the other one that I had, it was like a little bit narrow and taller, so I always had to cut the meat in half, and then it was taking me twice as long to sear. So I'm really excited to start with that. But first I have to do a test run. I have to run 3 cups of water in here, cook it for 5 minutes, and then release it, and then we can get cooking. But in the meantime, let's get on to this week's weigh-in. I was at my mom's house for the holidays, which was awesome. My brother and his wife were in town from Texas, and I spent 6 days there. And my brother and I like to eat. We like to cook. And going into that week, I was like, I'm not going to not let myself have the things that I want, which is cookies and Chex Mix, deep dish pizza, stuff like that. But I didn't eat like an asshole breakfast, lunch, and dinner like I normally do. So I I chose what I wanted to indulge in, and then I made the other meals for that day work in my favor. So for example, one day when I knew I was having deep dish pizza for dinner at night, I had oatmeal with apples and some walnuts. It was, I think, 2 points. And then I had my lo mein soup for lunch, which was like 5 points. I used less noodles, so I'd have more points for the pizza. I ended up gaining 0.6 for Christmas week, which is a Christmas miracle, if I do say so myself, because it's easy for me to gain 10 pounds in 2 weeks just by throwing caution to the wind. So I'm really happy that that worked out. If you don't know, the Weight Watcher plan changed, and I switched from being on the diabetic plan to the regular Weight Watcher plan. I take insulin for the food that I eat, so there's really no difference between you that don't have diabetes and me, because I can control my glucose spikes with insulin. So I decided to do that because I want the 150 free 0-point foods, which is, well, I would have had that on the diabetic plan. I would have had the lean protein, but I like the fruit being 0 points. I like the potatoes being 0 points, the yogurt, the cottage cheese, and I'm eating really good food. I'll put some pictures right here. My New Year's Eve dinner was 6 Weight Watcher points. It was filet mignon. I made a butter rosemary pan sauce that was 2 points. The shrimp was free, and I made my crispy sweet potatoes, and it was 6 points. And you would have paid $75 in a restaurant for that meal, if I do say so myself. It was so filling, lots of protein, and I don't feel like I'm like on a diet at all, because it just gives me so much opportunity. And those 350 0-point foods are letting us eat the things that we should eat normally, which is whole foods, fruits, vegetables, and lean protein. So I'm really excited about that. Stay hydrated. First thing I'm going to do is, this is for my meat. Yes, I'm cutting an onion for my mom. I'm going to put my seasoning together. I'm going to turn the Instant Pot on, sear the beef, and then once I take the beef out, then onions and garlic goes in there. I buy my garlic already peeled, because I hate peeling garlic. It's the bane of my existence. This bag was like $4, and it's a million. 112 cloves of garlic. Yeah, 113 cloves of garlic. So when I freeze it and they stay loose, they're individual, I can take one out. I just microwave it for about 30 seconds, and then I'm able to just dice it up. The only thing is, it's gonna have a little bit of a different texture. than, you know, like fresh whole garlic. But in a recipe, you won't be able to tell. And actually, this way too, if you were trying to do like a garlic paste, this is gonna drive me nuts. It's off. It has a little bit of a bend. Nope, that's not gonna work for me. Production, get me a new cutting board. Oh, wait, I'm production. What if I put a paper towel on one side? That's gonna be fine. So there's our garlic, and then I'm gonna do half of this onion. Hi, Todd. How are you? Todd's my dog. He was just on the electric blanket. I don't know if you have an electric blanket for your dog, but he absolutely loves it. I put it on the lowest setting, and it's his favorite place to be. And if for some reason, you know, I'm like, where is he? He's always on the electric blanket, and it keeps you nice and cozy. Does it keep you cozy? Because it's cold AF outside. We walked this morning, and it was -2. It felt like -2. Oh my gosh. This is why I don't like onions. Well, I don't like onions anyway, but the peeling part too. All right, so when I worked at the chopping block, one of the chef instructors always called this like the beard, and said leave that intact because then that'll keep everything else intact while I dice these onions. I'm assuming they're diced. Well, let me see. Where's the onion? Finely chopped. Okay. So we're gonna do, how are we gonna do this? I think I wanna do it. It's been so long since I cut an onion. Okay, we're gonna do this on the side. We'll flip it on the other side. And then that way, whoa, stay in there. And then that way, we're gonna see. I guess I'll have to go around the other way too. Oh my God, this stinks to high heaven. I love you, Mom. It's the only reason I'm doing this. Let me get this out of the way. We'll just put that to the side. Well, that wasn't that great, but that's okay. We're just gonna chop it. Chop it, chop it, chop it. In case you know, or you may or may not know, but if you ever get like a stinky smell on your hands, such as onions, if you just rub your hand on stainless steel, like your stainless steel sink, it'll take it all away. And as soon as I get this in the Instant Pot, that's it, immediately what I'm gonna do. Because I just can't stand onions. Especially raw like this, they're just like so pungent. And fun fact, I told my daughter that we didn't like onions until she was 12. And then I dropped Hannah off at a birthday party, and they had veggie pizza, and they had the veggie pizza that had onions on it. She didn't want to be rude, so she took a small piece, and then when I picked her up the next day, she's like, Mom, you'll not believe this. She's like, it had onions on it, and I love them. And I was like, I lost her. Fast forward till she was like maybe 16 or 17. My late husband texted me, and he's like, I don't know what he hated onions just as much as me. And he goes, I don't know what the hell your daughter's doing. He's like, the house stinks of onions. And turns out she was just caramelizing onions. And I asked her what she was going to do with them, and she said, eat them out of the pan. Double gross. But that's okay. All right. Hello, Todd. And he's walking right through the tripod. I love that. All right, so let's season up our meat and get this going. Hi, buddy. Such a good boy. Good morning. It is now Sunday. I was able to get 3 dishes done yesterday, the ham, macaroni and cheese, the pot roast, and the meatloaf. And then the last thing we have to do is the beef stew. This is a Guinness beef stew. So in 2023, well, it was probably a couple years before that, my mom had told my brother that going to Ireland was on her bucket list. And so he took it upon himself, which I totally thank him for, and planned a trip to Ireland in September of 2023. And when we were at my mom's over the holidays, my brother had put together a 52-minute video of their trip, and it was fascinating. And Mom and I had already talked about some of the stuff that I was going to make for her freezing meals. And like 5 minutes into the video, she goes, "Guinness beef stew!" And I was like, what is that? And she goes, "That's what I want. Guinness beef stew." So it's dry January, and I had to buy alcohol. But luckily, I'm not the hugest fan of Guinness, so that's not going to tempt me at all. But I thought I was going to be able to buy just like a king can, or like they sell the individual cans of Guinness. No, guess who had to buy a 12-pack? That would be me, and I literally need 2 cups. So, but I was like, what can you substitute Guinness for? I was like, should I do Stella? No, although that is one of my favorite beers. Stella. So this recipe, I'll tag the creator down below. So we have the second half of the pot roast we bought at Costco. We're gonna dice that up. The only thing is that her recipe, somuchfoodblog.com, has the instructions for doing it in a Dutch oven, which I totally think is fine, but obviously I'm doing it in a Instant Pot. So I just typed in the recipe into ChatGPT and said, can you write me instructions on how to make it in an Instant Pot? And this is what we're working with. Is ChatGPT always correct? It is not. So we are throwing caution to the wind and seeing what happens. But I am loving this. Oh, I gotta plug it in. This Instant Pot, so easy to clean. Yeah, there we go. Super easy to clean. Super easy to figure out how it works and everything. So we're gonna start with getting some bacon rendered. Do I have a knife to open this? I do not. So is it, that's yesterday's recipe. We don't need that anymore. 4 pieces of bacon. So I'm gonna put saute and then start, and it preheats. And then it lets me know, it says it's preheating right now. It lets me know when it's hot enough. And I'm not going to show the whole step of this because it's really just throwing shit into an Instant Pot. But we put the bacon in, and then we take it out. Then I have my seasoning and flour. She doesn't have flour in her recipe, but I always put in my beef stew, I always toss it with flour. So I'm going to add the chunks to that, sear that off, and then pretty much throw everything in the pot. And hopefully it's not overcooked. It says on the ChatGPT to cook the meat for 35 minutes on pressure. I think that's about right because it's smaller pieces of meat. But we shall see. But yeah, this cleaned up like a dream. So it was kind of had all the bits of stuff from the pot roast yesterday. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish peeling my potatoes, cutting everything, my celery, and I'll show you when I'm getting ready to take the, what am I saying? I'll just show you the next step in a minute. All right, so I have cooked the bacon, and the fat that the bacon rendered is what I'm gonna sear the beef. And I did have to do a little bit of trimming. I took huge chunks of fat like that. This is not gonna go to waste. I'm gonna dice this up really fine. Saute it and put a tablespoon in Todd's in his dish because I think that would be good. And then we're just gonna brown this and then basically throw everything back in the crock pot and then cook it on high pressure for 35 minutes. And we'll just see how this goes. Hopefully ChatGPT didn't steer me wrong. We'll probably have to do this in 2 batches, just because I don't want to overcrowd the pan. And I even diced some more onions. Am I like the best daughter ever? Pretty sure. I just took some of the gravy out for the beef stew, and the meat is just so flippin' tender. Oh my God. 35 minutes, high pressure, was the perfect amount of time. And this is the gravy. Oh my gosh. So this is the Guinness beef stew, by the way. Spectacular. I wouldn't add one thing to it. I'm gonna box this up, head to my mom's house. So I'll see you there, but I will tag the creator for the beef stew down below. Okay, so I'm editing this video right now, and I need to preface this next clip. So I bought my mom some sourdough bread, and I cut it in half and then made slices out of some so she could use for toast, sandwiches, stuff like that, and then figure out what she wanted to do with the other, if she wanted to freeze it. And apparently I cut the bread too thick for her. So we are trying to then slice one slice of bread in half for her to make a sandwich. So here it is.
That's 20.
Okay, is that what you're supposed to do?
I just do it until it feels right.
Okay.
Yeah, I could do more. I had this thing for 30 years.
Nice.
So it works.
All right.
Yeah, you have to see if it works.
Okay. Perfect. It's a little uneven,
A little bit, but that's fine.
but you got, okay, perfect. Are those kitchen scissors or are they gardening scissors?
No, they're, what are they called? I mean, you could actually crack a chicken.
Okay, so they're probably kitchen shears. Or, oh, they're boning shears or something like that.
I guess.
Okay, well, that got it. She evened out her bread. I'm just gonna send a video to Christy so she can see how you like her cookie.
Well, first of all, it's really big and
Yeah.
really fat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to weigh it. I'm just going to eat it.
Yeah, just
part of it.
Yeah.
Butter, cinnamon, chocolate,
And sugar. That's a good boy. Right here. It's gonna warm up in just a second. Yeah, come lay down. That's such a good boy. Such a good boy. You just lay down.
I hope I'm not making a mistake here. Okay, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. Is that a double word?
Right up here. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought it was. Sorry, Mom. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No. This is on the double as well.
Oh, it is. So 10.
Oh,
We'll have to see if this is in the dictionary. But this is what I do. Vlog. Video.
I know what a vlog is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the Scrabble dictionary?
I don't know yet. We're gonna find out.
Okay.
And since I've already had, by the time I'm editing this video, I've already had another weekly weigh-in. So it's the first weigh-in of because the last one was the 31st. First weigh-in of 2025, and I was down 0.8 this week. So I'm now exactly 154. And since switching to the new regular Weight Watcher program, I'm down 3.4 pounds, even though I was up 0.6 of Christmas week. So I would say that it's working, and maybe it's just because I'm doing something different. Maybe I was doing a little bit more complacent. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be working for me. But anyway, if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and like it, and we'll see you in the next video.